It's been a rough week, ladies and gentlemen. A rough week. FSU takes an absolute pounding. Took me a couple days to get over that one. I don't even know if I'm still over it. Obviously, clearly I'm not. And the Dolphins lose to Brady-less Patriots and Garoppolo-less. I don't even know. That guy's name's crazy. It's been a rough week for the commish. You know what hasn't been rough, though? Fantasy football. Because he has been dominating, okay? We'll get to that right now, okay? So, what the commission would like to do this week would be put out some power rankings, okay? First time power rankings. I didn't want to do it week one. It's too early for power rankings. It's actually too early right now, but we got to have something creative on the rise, all right? So, power rankings this week. I just want to let you know, here's how I'm going to judge power rankings. Number one, just by roster, okay? I don't care about your standings yet. I don't care about anything else. Number one, by roster. How good is your roster? Number two, by points forced. How good has your roster actually performed? Points forced is any points that you've given up or have scored, excuse me. And then you have standings. That's third. So just remember, just in case, if you're 3-0, doesn't mean you're a great team. It just means, hey, you know, you're 3-0. That's what that means. I understand. It's still factored in. It's the third thing factored in. I already know people are going to chime at me at that one, okay? Number one in the power rankings should come as no surprise. No bias here, okay? No bias. The Blair Walsh Project. That team, I don't even know who owns that team, but that team has performed outstanding. So far, he has the number one quarterback, number one wide receiver, and he's got the number one running back. He just hasn't played yet, so don't worry about it. That is an outstanding team. He's fumbling with a couple different positions, but unimportant positions, all right? If you need him with a trade, he's got wide receiver depth out this yin-yang, okay? Number two, we got That's My Johnson. Very creative name. I love it. 2-0, Blair Walsh Project, points forced, 209, 2-0 so far. That's My Johnson, also 2-0, points forced, 221. Now, don't get outrageous with the 221, all right? He's performed well these first 2 weeks, but the roster still has some minor glitches here and there. I want to see how he performs a little later. Number two, that's a great thing. By the way, first two are the Tortoises. Again, remember your division. That matters a whole heck of a lot. Number three is the Brady Bunch, the first 1-1 team. I know we got other 2-0 teams, but the first 1-1 team. Points forced, 181. The team has performed well. He had a glitch this weekend. That's why he came up with a loss. The fourth team, number 4 in the power rankings, is Light That Blount Up. Don't know what that means. 2-0. Points forced is 176. Again, David's team has performed very well. He is one of those ones that can make a big jump next week, maybe even to number one if he holds on to a win and some. He's got a very, very good roster, okay? Number 5, very creative name, Billy Fit or Not. She is 2-1. Points forced 195. She came up with a tough loss this week. Performed decently well, but, you know, when you come into the commission's house, you don't play, all right? Billy Fit or Not, number 5 on the list. Number 6 is a no-name team. I don't even know what their name is, but she is 2-0. Her points forced, she actually maybe even lost a spot just because of that horrible name. Her points forced is 172. That's pretty good. Right there at the middle of the pack, that's why she's number 6. Right there, smack dab in the middle. Number 7, auto pick to lose, 1-1. Very decent squad. Again, right there in the middle of the pack, has points forced 167. Number 8 is You Can Do It. 1-1. Points forced 164. He's done a very good job at making the roster. He actually came up with a tough loss as well. But he's got a pretty decent roster as well. That's a team you're going to see on the rise, I think, pretty soon. And then the toughest is right here. We have number 9, A-Town Brown. Again, on the Tortoises side, he's 0-2. He's my first 0-2 team at number 9. His points forced is 179, though. That would really put him in the top 6, top 5 in terms of points forced. But 2 losses, that's big time. That's big time. Okay, and the roster has some glaring holes. Got to make some trades, remember. All right, number 10. We're getting low on this list now. Low, okay? Number 10. Did I skip someone? No, I didn't skip anybody. Number 10 is Team Jones. Again, I don't even know what that name is. We got to work on these things, ladies and gentlemen. All right, 0-2, points forced, 148. She has a lot of potential for an 0-2 team. Lots and lots of potential. She doesn't, I don't even think, need to make too many moves. Maybe one or two. She's got some big trade assets on her bench that she can't play. But she could make a move or two and just watch her climbing up in the polls as well. Two teams that I didn't know what to do with, okay? Two teams I didn't know what to do with. They are tied for 12A and 12B. In no particular order. 12A is the Hungry Games. Points force is 135. That's lowest on the totem pole. A lot of her Hungry players must have got full last year because no bueno this year. And then number 12B is the Upside Down. Points force is 140. Both teams are 0-2. Both teams look to stay 0-3 next week with their opponents. Let me tell you something. For the 12A and 12B teams, fantasy is a wise man's game. You know what I mean? So listen, I understand losing, but we got to make some changes here. I know 12B, the Upside Down, he has really done his job at trying to put trades out there. No one's biting on his trades. He's putting some highly touted trade pieces out there. Please, ladies and gentlemen, make a move with this man. He is desperate. He is desperate. Okay? So those are the power rankings, 1 through 12. Again, every week we'll have a new one. I'll try to do it as quickly as possible so you don't have to stare at my face for too long. And this week for sure. We have a new poll that's going to go up in about T-minus, let's say 20 minutes. All right, 20 minutes. At 11 o'clock on Wednesday, poll will go up. If we were restarting with the league, hypothetically, if we were restarting with the league, who would be your number one pick as of right now? Number one pick in the draft. I'll give probably about 6 different players. I kind of want to see where everybody's head's at, where they're leaning toward. Wide receiver, running back, quarterback, whatever we pick, okay? So that's a new poll going to be put up there. And just a couple housekeeping issues. I'm going to try to keep this under 8 minutes. Housekeeping issues. Taryn and Mrs. Jones, please start to send them creative names to help. It's week 3, and they have Taryn Crouch as one name and Team Jones as the other. Let's look at their roster, send them some names, please. Help them with some creativity. I have some fantastic names, okay? Doesn't even have to go with your player. Billy Fit or Not, that's a great name without anyone on her team named Billy. So that's what we're going to do. Please help them out. And this is your commish signing off. Let's pour up another one. Whew. I'm just kidding. This is water, guys. I know that you thought it was something else, but it was just water. Commish out.